Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. The heat is on at Bravo's Love Hotel, and we're not just talking in terms of romance. Shannon Stormsbeater and Gizelle Bryant are going head-to-head, and perhaps head over heels, since both have their eyes on one man. His name is Ralph, and he is one of the handsome, successful, and eligible bachelors after the Housewives' hearts. In the Season 1 premiere, the women from The Real Housewives of Orange County and The Real Housewives of Potomac, respectively, debriefed after a group hangout, exchanging details of their experiences with the single men. Along with RHOP's Ashley Darby and The Real Housewives of New York City's Luann de Lesseps, each housewife had to choose just one man to ask out on a one-on-one date the following day. Insert Shannon's look of terror here. Shannon admitted to producers Ralph was her number one, but she also weighed out the idea of having more personal time with Earl the Pearl, who caught everyone's attention with his white alligator shoes. But by the end of Season 1, Episode 1, Gizelle wanted Ralph for herself. Who did Shannon ask out on a date? Shannon said there was something about him, which was precisely why she went on a date with Earl. It helped that the 59-year-old legal consultant from Lawrenceville, Georgia, interrupted the girls-only chat to bring Shannon a drink. Guess who stole Shannon's heart? Luann laughed. Get your husband, girl, Gizelle playfully said. Later, Shannon and the widower enjoyed a romantic wine and cheese tasting, while Gizelle sought transparency, accountability, and sexual proficiency in her date, Jay. Jay is a 46-year-old marketing director and divorced father from Boston, though time will tell if he can get the juices of Gizelle flowing. Following their one-on-one dates, the housewives returned to the luxurious Mexican resort to reunite with the dateless rest. Shannon paired up with Ralph for a drink, despite her reservations about dating more than one man at a time. You don't owe Earl anything, Luann told Shannon. We're at the Love Hotel. This is the place where you can. Ralph is a 61-year-old sound system specialist who once toured the world with rock bands. Raised in New York, but now living in Nashville, he checked into Bravo's Love Hotel, hoping to find his last one great love. Shannon liked this about her new romantic interest, as both agreed they had only one more shot. Before picking Earl for a first date, Shannon confessed to the housewives that she liked Ralph better. It makes perfect sense that Shannon likes Ralph, Ashley told Gizelle in their confessional. Ralph is the tallest, the hottest. You can take him to the country club. The heat is on at Bravo's Love Hotel, and the tension isn't just about tropical temps or flirty glances. It's about competition. It's about strategy. It's about two housewives, Shannon Stormsbeater and Gizelle Bryant, locking horns over the same irresistible man, Ralph. From the moment Shannon and Gizelle stepped into the vibrant, candlelit courtyard of the Love Hotel's luxurious Mexican resort, the stakes were clear. Every glance, every joke, and every glass of champagne felt like a test. Would they find love, or would they find themselves battling each other? The Season 1 premiere wasted no time throwing the women into the deep end. After a lively group mixer filled with laughter, awkward moments, and more than one side-eye, Shannon, Gizelle, Ashley Darby, and Luann de Lesseps gathered around a cozy fire pit to debrief. Drinks in hand, they recounted their first impressions of the eligible bachelors. Each woman had to pick one man to ask out for a solo date the next day. No pressure, right? Shannon, feeling the pressure mount, turned to the confessional booth, anxiety written all over her face. I don't know how I'm supposed to pick just one, she said, half laughing, half terrified. What if I pick the wrong guy? Still, she was honest. Ralph was her number one. But there was also Earl the Pearl, strutting around in flashy white alligator shoes like he owned the place. Earl exuded charisma, and Shannon liked his boldness. Yet Ralph was steady, solid, sincere, and, let's be real, tall. There's something about him, Shannon admitted, twirling a lock of hair. Little did she know that she wasn't the only one feeling something for Ralph. Meanwhile, Gizelle wasn't blind. She noticed Ralph too, and fast. "He's fine," she confided to Ashley, a mischievous twinkle in her eye. Tall, good-looking, a little rugged, Ralph could definitely get it. Ashley, sipping her tequila, grinned. "Girl, you better hurry. Shannon's got her eye on him too." "Let her look," Gizelle said smoothly, flicking her hair back. "I'm gonna take your man." Cue the battle lines being drawn, with tequila shots. When the time came to make her choice, Shannon shocked nearly everyone by asking Earl out instead of Ralph. "It's about who stepped up," Shannon explained. Earl had brought her a drink during the girls-only powwow, breaking the no boys rule in the cutest way possible. Guess who stole Shannon's heart? Luan laughed, delighted by the chaos brewing. Gizelle seized her opportunity. With Ralph still unclaimed, she pivoted, picking another man for her official date. Jay, the 46-year-old marketing director from Boston, but made it very clear that Ralph was still on her radar. If Jay can't get the juices of Gizelle flowing, she teased in her confessional, then maybe Ralph will. Shannon's date with Earl was charming, no doubt. They sipped wine, tasted cheeses, and bonded over their mutual love of travel. Earl shared heartfelt stories of raising his kids as a single dad after losing his wife. Shannon listened intently, her heart softening. "He's so sweet," Shannon said afterward. "But there's something missing. Something or someone." Meanwhile, Gizelle's date with Jay was fine. They laughed. They flirted. Jay was handsome, smart, and clearly into Gizelle. But for Gizelle, there was no spark, no sizzle. No slow-burn chemistry like she felt when she so much as looked at Ralph across the pool. Back at the resort later that night, the women regrouped, and that's when Ralph re-entered the picture. Shannon, perhaps emboldened by a few glasses of Chardonnay, found Ralph by the bar. "Mind if I join you?" she asked. He flashed a winning smile. "I'd be disappointed if you didn't." Within minutes, their conversation flowed effortlessly. Ralph spoke about his career as a sound system specialist, his past life on tour with rock bands, and his dreams of finding one last, lasting love. Shannon felt something she hadn't felt in a long time. Hope. "You have one more shot," Ralph said, clinking glasses with her. "Me too." When Shannon confessed her growing feelings for Ralph to Luan later, the Countess didn't mince words. "Darling, you don't know Earl anything," Luan said, lounging in a plush cabana. "We're at the Love Hotel. This is the one place you get to date around without judgment." "You think?" Shannon asked, still hesitant. "I know," Luan replied, topping off their glasses. Meanwhile, Ashley had clocked Shannon and Ralph's chemistry from a mile away and decided to stir the pot a little. "It makes perfect sense that Shannon likes Ralph," Ashley told Gizelle later in their shared suite. "Ralph is tall, hot, and he could totally blend in at the country club." Gizelle's eyes narrowed slightly, her competitive streak kicking in full force. "Oh, it's on," she said with a smirk. The next evening, the Love Hotel hosted a tropical-themed cocktail party, complete with steel drums, pina coladas, and, apparently, brewing drama. Gizelle made her move first, pulling Ralph aside for a private chat by the infinity pool. "So, Ralph," she said, giving him her signature flirty smile. "Are you locked down yet, or are you still free to mingle?" Ralph laughed, clearly enjoying the attention. "I'm here to meet people," he said diplomatically. "See where things go." Before their conversation could deepen, Shannon appeared, cocktail in hand and a determined look on her face. "Mind if I steal him for a second?" she asked Gizelle, voice sweet but steely. "Be my guest," Gizelle said, stepping aside, but not too far. As Shannon led Ralph to a quieter spot, Gizelle watched, arms crossed. "I'm not worried," she whispered to Ashley, who had sidled up to witness the unfolding drama. "I'm just getting started." Later that night, back in their rooms, tensions boiled over. Gizelle, never one to let a slight go unaddressed, confronted Shannon. "So," she said, casually leaning against the doorway of Shannon's suite. "You and Ralph, getting cozy, huh?" Shannon, lounging in a fluffy robe, shrugged. "We're just talking." "Mum," Gizelle said, one eyebrow arched. "Well, just know, I'm not backing down." "You do you," Shannon said lightly, but the flicker of irritation was there. "You better believe I will," Gizelle retorted. "I'm gonna take your man." Shannon laughed, part genuine, part disbelieving. "We'll see about that." As the episode closed, a teaser for the next installment flashed. Shannon and Ralph on a sunset boat ride, Gizelle cornering Ralph by the hot tub, and a teary confession from Shannon that left fans gasping. "It's like high school," Shannon said, dabbing her eyes. "Only worse." Will Ralph be swayed by Gizelle's boldness and charisma? Or will he choose Shannon's warmth and vulnerability? One thing is for sure. In the Love Hotel, love might be the goal, but war might just be the game. Please subscribe and keep watching for more detailed videos.